Good morning, beloveds. This morning I want us to have a look at John 5, the layman at the Bath of Bethesda. What is the meaning of Bethesda? The Bath of Bethesda means the bath of healing. In John 5 we read that there were many people, ill people, lying next to the Bath of Bethesda. And at certain seasons, at a certain time, an angel will descend and trouble the water. Why trouble the water? Because we all know that the water is the Word. But if the water is the Word, it comes from the mind. Then the water must also be inside of me. For you to drink water from me, I must have water within me. And that is why we should never be waterless clouds. We should always have water to water the garden of God and to water the earth of other people, or to feed the thirsty to drink. So the angel descended at a certain season to trouble the water. What does this mean? This means that at certain times, for instance, a church gathering, the angel, the priest or the elder descends from their heaven to our level and trouble our waters, helping us to heal. So what happened at the Bath of Bethesda? The layman lied next to the bath for 38 years. And Jesus asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" And he never answered Jesus. He just came with an excuse. "No, every time I want to jump in, somebody else jumps in front of me." So what actually happened there, or what happens when we are the lame person? Nobody was physically lame lying next to a physical bath. We become lame when we don't work for God anymore. And I'm not referring to church services. I'm referring to preaching the gospel and gaining new souls for God. So this man was lame. He never preached the gospel of God. He never went to visit his brothers and his sisters. So let us take an example of what actually happened and what happens today. The priest tells me to go visit my brother after a church service. At that instance, he also troubled my waters. But I went home, and the next week, or whenever I saw the priest again, he asked me, "Beloved, did you go see that brother or sister or family?" And this is how we will identify ourselves as being the lame man. "No, priest, my car was broken. I had to sort out my problems. My child was studying. I had to get the food ready for the family," priest or elder, and excuses, excuses, excuses. So after the troubling of the water, whatever spirit jumps into the water first will be healed and be strengthened. In other words, if my priest tells me to do something, or the water is troubled in the church service, I realize what I have to do. But if the excuse jumps into the bath first, that is what will be strengthened. Eventually, we become so full of excuses that we will have an excuse for everything that God asks us to do. The problem with us, beloved, is that we don't see God speaking to us through the servants. We see the flesh and we think that we are pleasing the flesh. We are not of this world. When God speaks to us through a servant, see God speaking to you. Don't see the flesh. We have to start seeing God, because that is where we're from. That is where we're headed. We are spiritual beings, and we have to live as spiritual beings. Don't let this fleshly bodies fool you. Whenever your water's troubled and you realize that you are lacking, or you have a brother that fell by the wayside, or a sister, or a family, go fetch them. Your priest doesn't even have to know about it. It's between you and God. You must go and fetch your brother and sister. When the water's troubled, jump in, brothers, jump in, sisters. Strengthen yourself. Become healed, because that is eternal. You are strengthening your soul eternally. Thank you very much for listening, beloveds. And please share with our beloveds, and let us unite and become one in spirit. God bless all of you.